Every morning, Sophia left her small one-room apartment and walked with confidence like she was heading to a law firm, but she wasn't. At 7:30 a.m., she took the bus not to a big office, but to a cleaning company. Her real job was cleaning offices, not working in one. She changed into her cleaner uniform in a small bathroom. She hid her suit in her locker. No one at work knew she dressed up every morning. No one on the street knew she was just a cleaner. Sophia didn't want people to laugh at her. She told everyone online and even her neighbors that she was a lawyer at a top law firm in the city. She lied because she was ashamed of the truth. But every lie has a price. And Sophia was about to learn that hiding the truth always comes with consequences. Sophia felt the weight of the lie every day, but today was different. She had a big event coming up. Her friend, Lila, was throwing a party at a fancy restaurant to celebrate her new job. Lila didn't know the real Sophia, the cleaner who scrubbed toilets and mopped floors. She only knew the lawyer version of Sophia. Sophia had to keep up the act. She had to look important. At the party, she wore her best lawyer suit and walked in like she owned the place. She saw Lila across the room, her face lighting up when she saw Sophia. "Sophia, you made it. How's the law firm?" Lila asked, excited. Sophia hesitated for a moment. "It's busy. A lot of cases," she replied with a smile that felt fake. As she talked to Lila, Sophia noticed other people watching her. They looked at her with respect, as if she was someone important. It felt good to be admired. She smiled and kept up the story. But deep down, she knew it wasn't real. One day, the truth would come out, and Sophia wasn't sure if she was ready for it. The next day, Sophia sat at her desk in the cleaning company, wiping down her work gloves. Her phone buzzed. It was an email from Lila, asking her to meet for coffee. "We need to catch up, lawyer," Lila wrote. Sophia panicked. What if Lila found out the truth? What if she noticed something was off? The lie was getting harder to manage. Sophia stared at the email. She had to keep up the act. She quickly typed, "Of course, let's meet tomorrow." But she knew it would only be a matter of time before her double life fell apart. Sophia showed up at the coffee shop wearing her usual lawyer's suit. But as she walked through the door, she saw someone she didn't expect. Mr. Turner, the manager of the cleaning company, was sitting with a group of people at a nearby table. Sophia froze. He wasn't supposed to be here. If he saw her, he might recognize her as the cleaner, not the lawyer. She quickly ducked behind a chair. "Hey, are you okay?" Lila asked, looking confused. Sophia quickly stood up. "Yeah, I'm fine. Just tired." She smiled, but inside, her heart raced. This was getting dangerous. Lila invited Sophia to a weekend trip with her new work friends. They were going to a beach house for a few days. It sounded fun, but there was one problem. Sophia couldn't pretend to be a lawyer while sharing a house with Lila and her co-workers. "I'd love to join," Sophia said, trying to sound confident, but inside she was panicking. "I'll just need to adjust some things at work." Sophia couldn't let Lila down, but how would she keep the lie going without being exposed? The weekend arrived, and Sophia found herself at the beach house, surrounded by Lila and her friends. Everyone kept talking about their exciting careers and big meetings. Sophia smiled and nodded along. The whole time, she felt like a fraud. When it was time to share stories, Sophia was asked, "So, Sophia, what's the biggest case you're working on?" Her mind raced. "Oh, it's a big corporate case," she said quickly. "Very busy." She gave a nervous laugh. Lila looked at her with admiration. "I knew you were the real deal. You're going to make it big." Sophia smiled, but it felt like the walls were closing in. She had to keep pretending. The next morning, after a night of pretending to be someone she wasn't, Sophia received a call from Mr. Turner, the cleaning company manager. "Sophia, where are you? We need you to come in." We're short-staffed today." Sophia's stomach dropped. She had promised Lila she would be away for the weekend, but Mr. Turner's voice was urgent. If she didn't show up, it would be too obvious. I'm actually in the middle of something," Sophia lied, trying to cover up her panic. "I'll be back Monday." "All right. Just let us know next time before you take time off. We can't afford too many surprises," Mr. Turner said before hanging up. Sophia breathed a sigh of relief, but she knew she couldn't keep balancing both worlds forever. Eventually, one life would collapse, and she wasn't sure she was ready for the consequences. Sophia was barely home when she heard a knock at her door. She opened it to find a tall man standing in front of her, holding a clipboard. "Are you Sophia?" he asked. She nodded, feeling a lump form in her throat. "I'm from the building management," he said. "I need to speak with you about your lease. There's some paperwork we need to go over." Sophia's mind raced. Was this about the late rent? The cleaning company? Was this the moment her fake life was about to collapse? "Can we do it later?" she asked, trying to sound calm. He raised an eyebrow. "It has to be today. I'll be back in an hour." Sophia slammed the door and panicked. She couldn't let anyone find out she didn't live the life she claimed. She quickly searched for a way out. Sophia tried to tidy up the apartment, but nothing felt right. Everything in her small space screamed cleaner, not lawyer. She rushed to change into a nice outfit, trying to create the illusion of a higher lifestyle. But just as she was fixing her hair, she heard the knock again. She opened the door, trying to act confident. "Hey, sorry, just had to get ready. What's the issue with my lease?" The man looked at her, his eyes scanning the apartment. "We're checking for the tenants who aren't paying rent on time. Can you show me the bills?" Sophia's heart pounded. "I'll get them right now." She quickly ran to find an old bill to cover up her missing rent payments. But was it enough to fool him? Later that day, Sophia was relaxing in her apartment when her phone rang. It was Lila. "Hey, Sophia," Lila said, excited. "I just heard about a big event top lawyers are attending. I thought of you. Want to come? It's this Saturday." Sophia felt a wave of panic. If she showed up at a high-profile lawyer event without any real credentials, it would be a disaster. "Oh, I'm actually tied up this weekend," she stammered, trying to avoid saying no directly. "But maybe next time." Lila was disappointed. "Well, I hope we can catch up soon. Everyone keeps talking about how you're going to make it big." Sophia hung up, but she felt sick. The pressure of maintaining this fake life was getting heavier by the day. The next morning, things took a turn for the worse. Sophia received a call from Mr. Turner again. "Sophia, where are you? The office needs cleaning, and we're shorthanded." Sophia felt stuck. She had promised Lila she would visit her lawyer friends that evening, but the cleaning company needed her. "I'm sorry I can't make it today," she said, hoping Mr. Turner wouldn't ask questions. "I've got a few things to do." There was silence on the other end. Then, a cold response. "We can't just let you skip work whenever you feel like it. It's causing problems." Sophia froze. She had been careful up until now, but the lies were starting to catch up with her. Later that evening, Lila came over to check in on Sophia. The two sat in her apartment, drinking coffee and talking about their plans. Sophia nervously shifted in her seat. "You know, I've been so busy at work, it's hard to find time to relax." Lila laughed. "I bet. I heard that top lawyer at the event is looking for new associates. You should definitely meet him." Sophia's stomach dropped. She had never been to an event like that, and she knew she couldn't keep up the lie. "Actually, Lila, I need to tell you something," Sophia said, taking a deep breath. "I'm not really a lawyer." Lila stared at her, her eyes wide with surprise. "Wait, what? But I thought—" "I clean offices for a living," Sophia admitted, feeling the weight of her words. "I made up the whole lawyer story. I've been pretending." Lila blinked, processing the truth.
"Why would you do that? You don't have to lie to me, Sophia."
Sophia's heart sank. She felt ashamed, but also relieved. She had finally told someone the truth. "I'm so glad you're enjoying this journey. Let's bring it all together with chapters 14 and 15 to finish off Sophia's story." Sophia woke up the next morning with a new sense of clarity. She had told the truth to Lila, and it had been hard, but it was also a huge relief. The weight she'd carried from pretending had lifted, and now she could see things more clearly. She decided to go to work that day without her usual lawyer outfit. She wore comfortable clothes and walked into the cleaning company like it was just another day. But today, she didn't feel embarrassed. She wasn't hiding anymore. Mr. Turner saw her and raised an eyebrow. "You don't look like you're heading to court day." Sophia smiled. "I'm not. I'm here to do my job, just like always." Later that afternoon, as she cleaned an office, she thought about what Lila had said. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. For the first time, Sophia realized she didn't need to be anyone else. She didn't need to live in a fantasy world. Her real life was enough. Months passed, and Sophia settled into her real life, no longer hiding behind fake stories. She worked hard at the cleaning company and even took night classes to improve her skills. Eventually, she became a supervisor at the company. It wasn't the life she had imagined, but it was her life, and she was proud of it. One day, Lila invited Sophia to a casual dinner with friends. "You're not a lawyer, but you're amazing just as you are," Lila said, smiling. Sophia laughed. "I've learned that it's okay to be real. No more pretending. I finally realized that the truth isn't something to be afraid of." As she looked around at her friends, she felt grateful. She had learned the hard way that pretending to be someone else never works. The key to happiness was being honest with herself and others. Sophia's journey wasn't about being rich or famous. It was about accepting who she was and being proud of it. And for the first time in her life, she felt truly free.